My reaction to the last episode slash finale of season 2 of Squid Games can be summed up in one meme, and that meme is the picture that has been going around social media, that has been trending and been going viral, and that's a picture of Song Ji-yoon. At first in the season 1 of Squid Games, he is happy in the first episode when he's taking a picture, but in the season 2 of Squid Games, in episode 3, we see Ji-yoon. He is mad, he is not happy, he is not impressed in that picture, and that really sums up my entire reaction of season 2 of Squid Games, because in my honest opinion, nothing really happens in the entire season. The entire season started off the same way as the entire season ended, and that is nothing really changed. Sure, there are some character growths here and there, but some main plot points were not really concluded. Some main scenes and some main mysterious figures, such as Hangin Ho's complete infiltration of the entire Squid Games, and he literally masqueraded as a Squid Game player. He literally tricked every single person that participated in these games. He sued dissension with all of these players. He was even at first trying to become an enemy to Song Ji-hoon at first, until he now later became Song Ji-hoon's friend and trusted ally. And even the times when Thanos and his gang and the other players that always wanted to stay and always wanted to continue the game, and in their words and quotes, they always wanted to do one last game, one last play, so that they can take the $800 million and leave these games so that they can go on and actually pay these debts. Because the reason why all of these players that in my honest opinion were evil, especially this old man, he was so annoying in the series, but they actually realized that the more players that die, the more money you will get after you leave this place. And a lot of these players, they are owing so much money that in my honest opinion, if they would have left early on in the season, they would have not paid shit. But back to Hangin Ho, and his entire plot in the season was that he was basically tricking and fooling everyone. So I thought that at least some point Song Ji-hoon would catch on to some lies Hangin Ho said, or he would catch on to some inconsistencies that Hwang Jin-ho did, because he did a lot of inconsistencies that if you were paying attention in this universe, you would actually catch on, because Hwang Ho, he was showing that he had some good fighting skills when he was beating up some players, when he was basically putting people in their place. If I was Song Ji-hoon, I would kind of question, hey, how are you so strong? How did you get so strong? Like, a lot of people, they kind of question his background, but I would have thought and I would have expected that they would have shown us a scene where we see some big milestone in the plot where Hwang Ho kind of betrayed everyone, but we didn't see that up until the ending. And that's just one little portion of this entire season that I'm trying to talk about in explaining that a lot of the stories did not get concluded. And another case in point is with Hwang Jun-ho. And remember, Hwang Jun-ho is that detective that his brother is Hwang In-ho, and he's trying to go back to that island to not only potentially free Hwang In-ho, because the brother kind of still thinks that Hwang In-ho is an unwilling person that is competing with these killers that are conducting the Squid Games, even though Hwang Ho, he's the real leader. Hwang Ho is the real person that is running the operations of that location. But Hwang Jun-ho, he has always been with this sailor, because the sailor was the one that got his body when he almost died by getting shot by Hwang In-ho. But we actually start to notice that every single time Hwang Jun-ho and the sailor, they will always try to go and find that particular island and location. They can never find it. And the sailor, he is actually cooperative, but you can see that in his demeanor. He doesn't really want to do this, but he kind of owes Hwang In-ho for saving his life. And Hwang Jun-ho is very respected as a police officer. But we see that in the last episode of the finale, we see that all of the inconsistencies with the sailor, every time they cannot find the location, they cannot find the island, it's actually because the sailor is secretly working for Hangin Ho and the Squid Game operations, because we see the sailor kill one person on the boat, because the person on the boat, he was actually catching on to the sailor's lies. But we still did not see this get concluded, and I think this is because of the episode format of the Squid Game season 2, because in season 2 they only have 7 episodes, while in season 1 they had 9 episodes. So I think this season 2 should have benefited more with 9 episodes, because episode 7 of season 2, I think it ended on a cliffhanger, and it ended at the wrong time, because if they would have had 2 more episodes to flesh out what would happen after, I think would have been very beneficial. But the episode 7 of Squid Game season 2, the last episode, it basically is following the riots that have been happening with the Squid Game participants, because now they are completely divided. So like the last season, when all of the Squid Game participants, they now did this entire riot that basically killed a lot of the members to multiply the chances of getting the big money, because remember, the only way you can get the full amount of money is if every single player is dead. So throughout the season, we're seeing characters like Thanos, we're seeing his minions, his henchmen, and we're seeing other characters are all trying to create a coup, all trying to create this big tensions. And speaking of Thanos, in my honest opinion, was very annoying in this season. I know that they were trying to purposely make him annoying. So since Thanos annoyed me throughout the entire season, I think Squid Games did a good job of making him annoying. But man, Thanos at times was insufferable, man. A lot of his dialogue was cringy. A lot of his motivations were cringy. And I just really could not take him serious. He was such an unserious character. Now, you can say that was purposeful, but I would like to say that, in my honest opinion, that shit was cringy. And the best scene that Thanos had was when he got killed, in my honest opinion. So Thanos as a character, just my opinion, I didn't like his character, but that happened during that little fight that happened in the bathroom with Thanos and Lee Mwang-ji. But this fight caused the night riot to happen, and when the night riot happened, that old man, he's so evil and he was so annoying as well. He was basically leading the charge to kill all of the good participants in the Squid Games that wanted to leave, that were constantly choosing to leave. But when this happened, Swang Ji-hoon, he had a plan that, look, there might be some casualties, but we all need to not move when the riot happens, so that when that happens, we can see an opening to grab the guards' guns, so that we can actually take their guns and hold them hostage, shoot and kill them, and basically shoot our way out of this place. So that plan actually works, because when the riot happens, the guards, they had to come in to stop the riot and to stop the fights and the killings, so that they cannot lose too many players all at once, you know. So when that happens, we see that Swang's plan goes into effect. They successfully hijack and take all of the guns, take all the weapons, they shoot all the guards, and they force one guard. He is basically held at gunpoint, and he is held hostage by Swang Ji-hoon and all of the friends, including Junbei. But when that happens, we see that the guard, he's about to lead them out of there. So Swang Ji-hoon tells the remaining participants, you need to stay here. We are going to find a way out of here. We are going to the head control room so we can get out of this place. So as they're all going, they now start to get into this big shootout that, I'll be honest with you, I really liked the shootout that happened in the last episode. And a part I liked about the shootout was this coward of a character. His name is Deho, and throughout the entire season, we're seeing him always saying that, oh, I was in the army before. He was always boasting that he was this high-ranked army lieutenant, but when the real shooting happened, he was so scared and he became such a coward that I kind of liked that they did that, because it just proved that he's a pussy. But this will actually be important later on in the episode. But we're seeing the shootout is going crazy, and the fight scenes, the shootouts that happened in the last episode was pretty good. But we're seeing that I'll be honest with you, he looked like Big Smoke in this shootout, because Hwang In Ho, when they were shooting at the Squid Game guards. I saw Hangin Ho a couple of times. He was not shooting anything. He was not doing anything in the entire fight. That scene reminded me of Big Smoke in GTA San Andreas when Big Smoke, CJ, Ryder, and Sweet were running away from the ballers and they were getting shot, and all Big Smoke was worried about was his food falling on the ground. So that was a kind of good scene, subtly showing us Hangin Ho. He is not really intending to kill any of these guards because he is walking them to a trap. But as the shootout is going, we're seeing that the Squid Game participants are running out of ammo. And as they're running out of ammo, they need to retrieve some type of ammo. So they send Deho to retrieve the ammo. And remember, Deho, he's a coward. He is a wimp. So when he wants to go and retrieve the ammo, he goes into the location that the Squid Game participants are living in. When he goes to get the ammo, he chickens out. He becomes a wuss. He basically quits the entire mission, causing a lot of the participants that rebelled against the guards to die. And that was pretty crazy to see. But as we're seeing a lot of the participants, they're getting shot, they're getting killed. And one death that was very, very sad in my honest opinion was Jung Bae, because he got shot right in front of Swang Ji-hoon, and that shit was pretty sad because Jung Bae and Swang Ji-hoon, their chemistry in the entire season 2 was pretty good, and I liked how both characters bounced off each other because remember, Jung Bae was Swang Ji-hoon's close friend all the way dating back to the first episode of season 1, so seeing him die was sad. But Hangin Ho's master plan now comes into effect because he was the one that shot 2 of the participants that were supposed to help the entire team get some ammo, and he did not reveal himself to Swang Ji-hoon. I thought that Hangin Ho will play some mind games and uncover his mask, showing that he has been the one that has been manipulating the entire participants throughout the entire season, but they didn't go there. So that felt like they did not want to conclude that story, and it just basically confirmed to me that season 2 should have had at least 2 more episodes like season 1, because season 1 we had a sense of completion because Swang Ji-hoon, he completed the entire games. A lot of people died. Every character that participated in the Squid Games in season 1 died. So the story was completed because Swang Ji-hoon, he won the games. He confronted the old man and the old man died in front of him. So Swang Ji-hoon was about to go to America to go to his family and to his daughter. But we see Swang, he sees the salesman that causes Swang to stay in South Korea so that he can uncover the Squid Games. But in season 2, no story really ended, no story really concluded because they're still being held in the participants of the Squid Games. They did not escape as they wanted to escape. Swang Ji-hoon did not see the mastermind that is controlling the entire operation. Swang Ji-hoon did not catch on to Hangin Ho's entire manipulation of not only himself but all of the participants in the games. Hwang Jun-ho did not find Hangin Ho. He didn't even see Hangin Ho the entire season. Hwang Jun-ho did not notice that the sailor was lying to him for 2 seasons. So a lot of the story plot points did not conclude. And I'm like, damn, I kind of wasted my time watching Squid Game season 2. But I know they're going to do a Squid Game season 3 this year, so I'll have to stick around to watch that to see what happens. But damn, to be honest with you, it feels like nothing happened in this season. It feels like we are back to square one. They are still participants in the Squid Games. They are still going to die. Nobody has won the games yet. They tried and failed to escape the games. So we're back to square one, man, and that's pretty sad to see such a great series kind of take a nosedive in terms of quality and writing. But what do you guys think of the second season, man? That's the end of the video. I'm out. Peace.